I saw so many buttholes. I thought I was going to drown in a sea of them.
She put her whole hand in his mouth, and I said, hey, that was in my nose earlier. And then my mouth.
Your jizz tastes like beer and cake.
Yeah.
What are you doing after the show?
Something else I wanted to physically do with another person.
Have sex?
Yeah.
For
that
once?
that would be nice.
See, dads, they be bathing with apes. Play with this shit, you get ate. Bitch, I be covered in bait. Bitch, I be covered in bait.
I like
You
it
know I keep me
better
a K.
when they
You
were
know I keep me a Drake.
nonsense. Bring it back. Come on. What
you
am I
want-
paying you all this fucking money for?
You want some nonsense? Kicking over tables and smashing holes in your TVs, chugging beers on your front porch till 3 a.m.? Who could it be riding in the night? That flashlight pointing in the sky? Looks like someone's holding their balls up to it. It's the Dapper fucking dads, everybody.
See? Look at that. What happened?
I don't know.
You just black out and you come up with the best shit.
Yeah, I really have to disassociate pretty goddamn
I can
hard
see
for
it
a
in
second.
your eyes as
Yeah,
they
can you?
cross.
Yeah,
They
like,
cross and the reflection in them is just little dicks.
Yeah,
which is
just
weird.
tiny
'Cause there's-
little-
as far as I know, I don't look behind me. I don't think there's a ton of little dicks.
Turns out I can see into the ghost dimension. There's little dicks everywhere.
Huge wall of little dicks.
Little
behind
dick
me.
over there right now.
Folks, it's episode 71.
One, yeah.
You hearing our voice, we've lost count and don't understand how it
We
works.
actually never graduated high school and don't know how to count more than we can count with our fingers and toes and dicks pulled out. So the best we got is 42.
Which, I mean, that right there is a lot.
It's a big number.
Well, it's just gotten ridiculous at this point.
At this point, it just
the
keeps
numbers
going.
Don't seem.
It doesn't
Yeah,
stop.
Oh yeah, are you telling me? I'm so close to a nervous breakdown that it's almost unbelievable.
It's palpable in your voice every time I talk to you.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's
This
just
year
all.
has destroyed you.
Yeah, this doesn't end, and then life is just fucking
Life
crazy.
just keeps happening.
People
every
don't
day.
know
I
how
keep
to
waking
drive.
up that,
This
people-
time of year, everyone is just a horrible fuck.
It's
In public,
unbelievable.
everyone sucks.
Everybody's always like, yeah, I get the most car problems in the winter. Yeah, because people don't know how to brake in the winter. They
Yeah.
don't know how to accelerate. They don't know
Everybody's
how to fucking
out
drive.
buying Christmas gifts and
Everybody-
$8
being
million worth of
jackasses.
Christmas lights.
Everyone's being jackasses about it too because
And it's cold.
it's so cold.
Stupid.
They were even saying at work today, they're like, everybody's being so nasty. I'm like, yeah, we got like 19 days till Christmas. People are going to start being huge dicks about shit.
You go to a store just to get something and you forget, and then you're like, fuck, there's people everywhere, and none of them know where to stand or what to do.
And they don't know what aisle to push their fucking shopping cart down. Like, they don't know how to drive down the fucking road. It's like,
And
this
they-
isn't
yeah,
the UK.
yeah,
Right and left, motherfucker.
And then you, like, people are in your way and they do the turn when you're going around them and trying to shoot them a glare to where they never even knew you were there. Like, start looking around. Pay
Yeah.
attention.
You know,
everybody
and
fucking
you know those
sucks.
fucking people don't.
Finally, something I can get behind on this podcast.
Hey,
People are
fucking,
shit.
yeah, people are goddamn garbage. I can't believe it took us 71
Oh
episodes
my
to get
God.
here.
That's why none of you listeners ever see me in public, because I hate everything.
It's very,
Everyone.
very true.
Especially
he
this
doesn't
time
do,
of year.
He doesn't do anything during the week because it involves going out and seeing people, which is probably his least favorite activity.
Yeah, the average person, if I'm not lightly intoxicated, is just insufferable.
You're
running
that
the-
is the truest thing we've ever said on this show. Oh
You're
my
run of
god!
the mill person that you just and
Like
it's
your
how
average
do I even
basic
have
human?
to interact with you.
Like,
I
you know
just
when
don't
you
want
like
to.
fucking talk to people.
No,
And, like,
no, please, do tell.
Just stop there. You know, like when you're talking to a person and you just and like you get that feeling right away. You're like, there's absolutely no way you're even on the same level
Yeah.
as me. Like not even like like sometimes mostly in an intellectual
Yeah.
way, but in a lot of times you're just like, is there even a fucking thought
Yeah.
going on in that head, or do you just have two brain cells that rub together to form a cognitive image in
Yeah.
your mind?
I can't even list the amount of things people do that just like drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Pet peeves. All I am is a ball of pet peeves
Yeah.
and anxiety and addictions. Welcome, folks.
And
Go
a
to
beautiful ass.
Go to www.thedapperdads.com. You can see a picture of my ass if you search hard enough. No one's searching. There's so many things on the website.
No one's found our individual profiles either yet, which I find very distressing. We got
Yes.
some beautiful like football style stats for Fast Finger Slim and Drama. No one has yet to find them or comment on them. It's upsetting. Y'all aren't spending enough time on the fucking website. I know because I can monitor it with your IP address
we have all
that
the
I
IP
pulled from the
address.
dark web. I also got your full government name and I know what kind of porn you're watching.
Yeah. What's crazy is our podcast hosting service that we won't shout out, but we've said it before. But we're at odds with them now.
What
I'm
have they
not
done for me recently?
Yeah, I've actually requested for them to do things, and they've denied all of them. And I'm not a big fan anymore, but either way, they used to give us all of your guys' IP addresses.
Every single one.
We didn't do anything with them. Full disclosure, I didn't do anything with them. But the fact that
I might have.
Now they stopped doing that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why did you ever do that? I can see like what device it was, IP address, like
Yeah.
pictures of you inside of your house.
Yeah, pictures of your dick that you were taking, pictures of your pussy lips that you were taking. I saw so many buttholes, I thought I was going to drown in a sea of them.
I mean, it could be worse.
There's worse ways to
worse
die
things
than
to
drowning
drown
in a
in.
sea of anuses?
Yeah, probably. Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Drowning in anuses.
Yeah.
Suffocated under the massive weight of a sea flood of anuses.
I mean, it's just really that for me is going to be a texture thing, I think.
Imagine
texture. And I'll say scent. I'll throw scent in there.
Yeah,
It's probably
scent is
gonna be
100% in there. You think? Do you think the average butthole smells good?
No, not the average one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
I
I mean,
a bleached butthole smells better than an average one.
I would assume so.
Wouldn't
Does
it just smell like bleach?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Kanye. He's the authority.
He's the resident expert on bleached assholes here.
I mean, who else are you gonna call? Is the Sea of
Ghostbusters?
Buttholes similar?
Buttbusters?
Is the Sea of Buttholes
Busters.
similar?
I'll call
Is
Busters.
the Sea of Buttholes similar to when Scrooge McDuck jumps into his coins?
Yes, but more scientifically accurate, where the weight
Could
of
someone
such
mock this up for us? Just take that Scrooge McDuck photo where he's diving in and Photoshop buttholes for every coin.
But then also Photoshop you and me diving in those old-timey swimsuits that were like one piece for dudes with the little flat hats, you know?
Yes.
All stripes, horizontal
what
stripes.
I always wear to the beach. You've
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah, that's what we wore out to the cabin this summer. We just didn't take pictures because, you know, we're both gracious, humble gentlemen, and we will not be photographed in such indecent attire.
And the cock print on them.
Jesus,
those things
the fuck-
really ride up.
Yeah.
People back in the day were smaller in penis and height. Yeah, those men are real close.
Letting it all hang.
If you're not watching the video, it's
out.
weird. We're just
Yeah.
looking off screen to a group of men that are in old-timey swimsuits.
And we like to keep it spicy down here.
Mock up that whatever we just said and send it to dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. That's where emails live.
Scrooge McDuck diving in buttholes.
Yes. Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Tell us what you think it would be like to be in a sea of buttholes. Leave it in a voicemail because it's been a minute. Text us because you can.
And we text back.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not going to be long before it's just too many people and too many conversations and my nervous breakdown that's on the horizon.
It's inevitable.
But what you can also do is go to www.patreon.com/dapperdads, pay $5 a month, and get some premium content.
It's getting spicy out there,
Yeah.
folks. It's getting
Get it while it's good
it's
because
getting slippery out there.
we're saying things we legally can't say on here, and
Technically, some of it, yeah, probably.
we've been advised to not legally say it on there either. But you know what? Fuck them. Fuck
Yeah.
them for $5.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
what
'em.
I've always said.
You gotta-
Fuck them for $5.
Fuck them for $5. Get all the sensual stories you can want. We definitely come across as sex maniacs on the Patreon, and
Yes.
I'm 100% okay with
I've
that.
noticed that as well. I mean, what other topics are we going to cover that are supposed to be behind a paywall? You know what I mean? It's got to be spicy.
Murder?
Yeah, but we've only conducted so many murders. I'll say.
Conducted is
Conducted.
choice word. I'll go
Well, I
ahead and
mean,
say.
if you're my lawyer taught me this. If you go to court and then they say he committed a murder, that sounds bad. If he conducted a murder, that sounds better, right? If you're on the jury and they say this man conducted a murder,
yeah, but see, when you say
sounds
conducted, like you
nice.
think about like a man conducted a survey. That means like he orchestrated a survey.
I
for people.
orchestrated a murder, but
That
that doesn't
sounds
imply,
worse.
Really?
Orchestrated a murder?
Then committing a murder?
Orchestrated a murder?
That sounds like I just thought up the plan for
No,
murder.
it means when you say orchestrated a murder, you're saying like you thought up the murder in such a meticulous planning like set of plans that you had like a cork board with like thumbtacks and red thread running through it to connect all the pieces. You like thought about this.
Well,
like,
I can tell
planned
you this
out.
much. You'll never be my lawyer.
Well, that's why we have Lawyer Dog.
But I think orchestrated murder sounds like I committed a murder with an orchestra present. Could you imagine that? I
What a
just
way
take
to
you
die.
to a church and there's an orchestra and I'm like, look at this, and I just shoot you.
I can't believe I'm not suspicious that you're taking me to a church, first of all.
Well, I think we both need Jesus.
You're not wrong, but I
We've
also
been
won't
told-
agree to it.
We've been told endlessly.
Endlessly by so many pissed off parents with pamphlets. It's unbelievable.
I went to a church once for a church service, and it was very uncomfortable.
I have been to church in the last 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm
It was uncomfortable.
happy for you, and I hope it turns out the way you want to with Jesus?
No.
Okay.
I'm not riding that train at all.
What kind of church was that?
Just a regular old Christian church.
Oh, not the one with the snakes and the yelling?
I wish there was snakes and yelling. It would have made it interesting.
That's the one I went to, and it was
You went
weird.
to a snakes and yelling church?
Yeah.
Did they actually have snakes?
No. It was a Catholic church.
Oh, there's not a lot of yelling going on in a Catholic
And I wasn't
church.
one of the
Unless
people
those
that
boys
can...
are getting fucked behind the altar.
Isn't that the truth, unfortunately?
Unfortunately, the Catholic Church is full of pedophiles.
Yeah, that's all they really have.
Pedophiles and a lot of kneeling and weird singing.
Yeah, and imagine not knowing anything. And then I couldn't...
I've been to a Catholic. When my dad grew up Catholic, and then he wanted to show me what Catholic Mass was like. And so on Sundays when I was a kid, he would take me to Christian church in the morning and then Catholic church in the evening.
Double
And it was,
down.
Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. All the fucking
your whole day.
You know how they know they got too much kneeling in that goddamn religion? They pad
Yeah,
a
they pad it.
specific thing that you kneel on so you can get down and kneel. And it's like, God damn it, I'm a kid. I shouldn't be on my knees this much. Then I realized I was in a Catholic church, and that was exactly the place
They're
where a kid
setting
is
it
going to
up.
be on his knees.
Well, and then the people who take you to Catholic church never tell you. So you're
No.
just like, everyone knows.
Everyone
like,
just
get on your
thinks
knees,
you would-
and then you're like, oh shit. And then they're like, stand up and sing. Also, I couldn't eat Jesus, so I had to stand and awkwardly let everybody slide down like a tighter movie theater.
I ate Jesus when I shouldn't have, and I didn't know
That's
what.
a big no-no.
It is a big no-no because I told my mom
Jesus
about
didn't
it when
die
I
for
got
that.
home, and she was like, "You shouldn't have done that." And I was like,
Did she make you throw it up? She stuck her fingers down your
Oh
throat.
my god, that's
Throw up Jesus.
I start throwing up chunks of flesh, and I'm like, "Oh, it is real."
Yeah, I remember the exorcism of Fast Finger Slim.
That is a movie that I think we should 100% make.
I know. I just want to be
Next
the
Halloween?
priest. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta throw up the peas and stab your crotch with the crucifix.
Do I have to stab my crotch?
Yeah.
Can we make it effects?
No. You know.
Go for realism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do no CGI shit.
We don't do
Stab
that
dick
CGI,
with a
but-
fucking crucifix.
Only if it gets put out for $5 on a
Tom
month on the
Savini will be
Patreon.
involved in it.
Well, so we can't have effects even if Tom Savini's involved.
He's just there to watch. Big fan of dick mutilation. Weird. Have you seen his shirtless birthday photos every year?
No.
Okay, I was trying to show shout out Cosmic Mom this when we were in Chicago last Saturday. So I pulled it up. I found it. He's 70 and he is a flawless man. He is fucking ripped and beautiful. Like
Really?
you wouldn't say 70 at all. At all.
Like, what would you say, 50?
I'd say mid 40s, honestly.
Really?
He's fucking
Tom Savini.
yeah, looks like a god.
I'll look this up. Keep talking.
Yeah. And he does it every year with the cake. He holds the cake kind of by his crotch. He appears to be wearing pants, but honestly, I don't know why. And he looks like a bronze god. So I was showing this, and then I left. It was the thing that was open on my browser on my phone. And I even said when I locked my phone, that's going to surprise me later when I'm more drunk. And then sure enough, I was pretty drunk, and I opened my phone, saw shirtless Tom Savini holding a fucking cake by his junk. And I wasn't upset about it. Are you finding it?
I just typed in Tom. Should I look up shirtless Tom Savini?
Just birthday. Tom Savini birthday. He does it like every year. The last year was great because it was 69. But yeah, he's fucking 70, and we'll post it online for people because this is
Wow.
right. Gorgeous, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that cake
72?
is photoshopped. Yeah, that cake is weirdly photoshopped. I'm pretty sure
But
because I think
still.
he's 70. So I don't know why someone took the time to Photoshop a cake. Maybe I'm wrong, but isn't he just fucking ripped for 70? I picture 70-year-old human beings to be decrepit and sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that guy could kick my ass.
Yeah, he will. Like Dawn of the Dead. He's one of the bikers.
Can you imagine if we got our ass whooped by 70-year-old Tom Savini?
Yeah, and he also has crazy effects while it's happening. He makes blood come out of your mouth.
Come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Just like, how to get those blood packets in there?
Xena needs Zax. That's what I'm thinking, by the way.
Hmm.
But yeah, also, I guess that goes with my stories. I've been in Chicago for the past 2 Saturdays.
Jealous.
Don't
Very
be.
jealous.
It's taking the good times are taking a toll on my health, as you're aware. I think it's the last thing I'm doing for the year, but I've been surprised.
No, we still
before.
got that one more thing we got to do this
Well,
year.
yeah, I mean, as far as going to Chicago,
Yeah.
we've
had
been
enough.
to Chicago a lot. And this happens every year where at the end of the year, it's like I'm trying to cram things in there. But yeah, I'll start with last weekend. I was out there to see, shout out Last Podcast on the Left, live. Very good show.
Shout out to them.
I was up there with Cosmic Mom, as I mentioned. We stopped by Richard's. She got to experience it for the first time.
What did she think?
She enjoyed it, mainly the smoking, and the guy gave us free beers, which happened to me and Kurt the following the previous weekend. If you go with 2 people, I think they just hook up the beers. It's beautiful. Because she like went to get one. He was like, "You need one?" And she goes, "Sure." He came over with one for me too, and I was trying to pace myself, but then people give you free drinks. And
You can't say no. It's rude.
But yeah, it was like more than half of a beer left, and he just put them up there, and he was like, "This one's on the house," and we were like, "Oh, thank you." And then he said something very quietly and like looked at us and smiled, and we had no idea what he said. So we were like, that thing where you're just like, "Yeah, thank you, yeah." And I was like, I wonder if he was like, "Yeah, these ones are on the house," and then get the fuck out. And we're just like, "Thank you. We'll stay here for 3 more hours."
This one's on the house if you come and fuck me in the back.
Yeah, and I'm like, And then I went to the bathroom, which I also remembered another story when I was up there with Kurt the previous weekend. I went to go to the bathroom. There was a single man up at the bar taking some shots by himself, going through some shit, we'll say. It was early. It was like 2:30.
Happens to the best of us.
2:30 on a Saturday, older man. I went to go to the bathroom. You're familiar with it. I guess aggressively tried to open it because it felt locked, but I didn't believe in it. So I pushed it open, and the man was standing facing the sink. And I went, "Oh, sorry," and I closed the door. And as I was closing it, I realized he was fiddling by his crotch, but facing the sink. And for the listeners,
Peeing in the sink?
For the listeners, if you open the door to the bathroom, it is a single bathroom. There's just a toilet in front of you
and a sink to the right.
There's no room for error there, really, I'd say. And so while I'm waiting for him to come out, I was like, well, that's weird. And so I open the door and I look, and underneath the sink, just a mass of liquid. I think the man somehow peed under the sink, which you missed both.
Bold move.
Both things.
Very bold move. Peeing in the sink is one thing.
Yeah.
Peeing under the sink?
Yeah.
It's a G move right there.
And I was like, is this out of anger? Because he seemed to be enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Don't do that to Richards.
No, don't disrespect Richards like that.
How drunk you are at
that you're peeing under the sink
on a Saturday afternoon.
I mean, hey,
under the sink.
Some people are going through more shit than we are. We can't judge.
I guess so. But yeah, so me and Cosmic Mom were out there. We ended up the show was at Tequila Hall, where we seen Mount Erie. Mm-hmm. We stopped at a nice bar across the street. They had some $3 tall boys, which was nice for Chicago, especially in such a beautiful area. They also had a house shot with the tall boys, which I got. I can't remember. It was some sort of whiskey. Wasn't very good at all. But while we were there, I was, of course, fiddling with the jukebox app. And I'd seen this couple come in and sit down at the end of the bar, a lady and a guy. And I was just playing, some casual bangers. I happened to play Bartender by TPain. And this made the woman very excited. And she was singing every word. As it should. And then it was one of the times where I was like, oh, I wish I was closer to you so I could be like, thank you. She's singing every word. She's pointing at the bartender. At one point, she just screams TPain for no reason. She's hitting the doubles on the song flawlessly.
That's the TPain legacy right there.
And it was I have this feeling a lot where I'll like focus on a person and I just, in my head, I'm like, this isn't the last of our, even if it's not an interaction, like there's going to be more to this story later.
I'm going to see more of you later. I get that sometimes.
I have that all the time. Even with people I've become friends with, like the first time I see them, I'm always like, there's something here. And I don't know why. And so I was like, yeah, there's something about this woman that's going to come up later. Sure enough, we go to stand in a line that I was looking out the window to time it to get into the line at a good spot. It started to form, finished the beers. We went out there and it was all the way down the fucking street, like crazy long. And I was like, damn it. So we get in line, you make your temporary friends in the line. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, someone taps me on the shoulder
and it's girl.
The woman and the guy she was with. She is incredibly fucked up and just very annoying, and pretty quickly began doing the thing where there's something on your shirt and then they flick your nose. Which she did it to me, but I was already, I was looking down. I was not fooled by this. I was looking down and she did it, and then she just flicked me, and I was like, okay, that's irritating, but whatever. And then she continued to try to do it over and over and over.
I mean, we can't sit here and say we're not guilty of doing some crazy, stupid, repetitive shit like that when we're drunk.
I don't touch strangers.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you're guilty of the same sin. But I'm saying that we do things like that.
All right, you know what? Ride for her, because it gets different.
I'm not riding for her. I'm just saying you can't be so judgmental.
All right. Well, she kept doing it, and then she started poking my titties and touching them.
Yeah, like fondling?
No, just like caressing them, but in kind of like a rude manner. Like, these are here, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like pointing them out.
These are man boobs to a point.
I don't like that one bit. Nobody should be touching my boy disrespectfully.
And meanwhile, the guy,
without consent.
And first she asked for a cigarette. And she offers to give me money, and I'm like, whatever. I don't want the money. Just have the cigarette. And she
Yeah.
was like, if I ask for more later, will you take the money? And I was like, yeah, don't ask me for a bunch of cigarettes in Chicago. So I watch her smoke maybe 3/4 of it and throw it. And I was like, ugh, kind of disrespectful for Chicago. It's one of those things you just look at and you're like, huh. And then I seen there was 2 very tall women in front of us that we had struck up conversation with just being there. And over time, she asked both of them for cigarettes and then smoked less of the cigarette and was throwing them. At one point, I think she took 4 hits and threw it on the ground in Chicago.
Oh.
And I was like, those are like $15 pack of cigarettes. You need to pick that up and smoke it again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy she's with starts talking to me. He's a very nice guy, actually. And at one point, he goes, just so you know, she's single. We used to date, but we don't anymore. And it was like one of those weird things where it's like, I don't like when men offer women to be like
because
that.
that's not their place. That's not
Yeah,
right.
no, yeah, you guys
not a man's
used
place
to
at all.
date. That doesn't mean you can offer.
Yeah, just because
her
you
to
had your
me.
dick in her doesn't mean you can.
Yeah.
It's not like you're giving her away on her wedding day. You can't offer her up to other men. That's weird.
And also, I don't want your grossly intoxicated woman that keeps trying to
grabbing your titties
poking
and not
me.
smoking
Yeah, it wasn't a
cigarettes
grab.
right.
But then what she did, she like kept doing that. Like I had referenced that I had spilled pizza.
I would have
on my
been
hoodie.
like, if I fuck you, will you stop?
I had referenced that I had spilled pizza on my hoodie, and she goes, yeah, there it is still. Like, just nonstop doing it. And I'm not falling for it, obviously. And then at one point, she keeps poking me and stuff. She puts her finger in my nose. And my mouth,
How many knuckles?
just a little bit. She puts it up into my nose. My mouth drops open because I'm shocked, and she puts it out of my nose into my mouth.
What the fuck?
A strange woman on the street
You have got to be fucking kidding
puts her
me.
finger just like flawlessly, like she puts it up there and then she just shoves it in my mouth. And then I was like, if you weren't a woman, I would punch you in the fucking
Did you actually
face.
tell her that?
No, I was so shocked that it had just happened. I was like, who the
You
fuck?
should have told her that.
I couldn't even process it because who the fuck puts their finger in your nose and then in your mouth?
Especially a
In front of-
stranger.
a stranger in front of people.
In front of someone they fucked.
Yeah, that guy didn't give a shit. Because when we got closer to the front, she put her whole hand in his mouth, and I said, hey, that was in my nose earlier, and then my mouth. So good job. I might have strep throat. Yeah.
Oh, this woman sounds like a nightmare.
And
Was she at least like a 6? A 7?
I don't know. She had a belly out, like a shirt, and it was one of those where she kept standing in ways that the belly shouldn't be out. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with a little
Lean.
belly, though.
No,
I
nothing
like-
wrong with a little belly,
I
but
like a belly.
you got to know how to present it. And of course, when you get drunk, you're not going to think about how your belly's looking. You're just,
That's all I
she's
can think
leaning
about when I'm
all
drunk
weird
is how
and
my
it's
belly looks.
pouring in one section, like she's trying to put it in her pocket. And so
She's got a little bit of overflow there.
yeah, and she's just out of her fucking mind, like just drunk, crazy. And I was like, this isn't what I was thinking when you were singing Bartender by TPain. Also, like,
Didn't see that belly wiggling around
There's-
when she was singing.
no, because she was
that
just sitting down
belly
at the
going.
bar and it was hidden. But there's like, and I want to say this gently, guys do a lot of fucking crazy shit to women, like touching them and shit.
Yeah.
But we never talk about how women will do shit like putting their fingers in
their
your nose
nose.
and then your mouth. You know what I mean? Imagine
To a
if I
stranger.
did that to a woman, people would beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
People would be like,
They
"What
would
the
be
fuck
like, what
are
a
you doing?
fucking
You just
creep
put-"
weirdo, you
Like the
goddamn idiot.
It's creepier than like grabbing a butt, which you shouldn't do, but it's
No.
weirder.
Yeah, no, it's
so
way
weird.
weirder.
Like just the and it demeaned me so much.
It's so demeaning. I was
Like,
thinking
in
that. It's
front
so
of people,
demeaning.
I
Like
felt-
you're a weird little kid that she's like pulling a prank on or
Yeah,
something
I
like
felt-
that, you know?
so
Yeah, no wonder
weird.
that guy dumped her. She probably wouldn't stop doing goofy fuck shit like that.
Well, then later, after the show, we go back to the bar briefly.
And she's there?
She comes back in, of course, and they are all over each other. They're not kissing, but they're for sure gonna do like one of those one night
Yeah.
get back together and figure it out in the morning.
Real closer by the chain smokers kind of scenario.
Yeah, it was getting very weird. The whole bar had changed, which is one of my least favorite things. When you go to a bar and you have a good time, it wasn't like a phenomenal bar, but drinks were cheap, people were fine, interesting.
Yeah.
We went back later. Right after we got there, I get a drink and I'm standing at like the first empty table and there's a table full of people next to me and a tall man shoves another man against the wall and I was like, cool, there's going to be a fight to watch. At least it will be interesting. And they have that intense glare at
And
each
then they
other
kiss?
and then they just hug each other and they're like, all right, I'm getting out of here. That's how they say goodbye. So I'm instantly like, I don't want to be involved with any of these people. They're psychopaths.
Yeah.
So of course, when they all leave, I lock eyes with the last guy, and he approaches me and gets right in my face and points at my hoodie and goes,
No.
"What? What?
I'm just hope. Did he do the flick thing with you?
No. Then I would have punched him.
I was gonna
would
say,
sign my last name.
did he stick his
I
finger in your nose?
I would
and
have
in your
punched
mouth?
him, and then I would have punched her, and then we would have had to leave.
Yeah,
and I would have been like, "This is from a previous event. You guys don't understand."
And then we're never welcome in Chicago again. Look what you've done.
Bound to happen.
It's us and Chief Keef. We're exercised.
Well, maybe we can get in touch with him.
I'm still
But
trying to get in touch.
no,
with
the guy
Chief
comes
Keef.
up and he points at my hoodie and gets real close and with an aggressive tone goes, "Did you get that here or online?" And I was very irritated, so I said, "Does it look like they sell them here?" And he goes, "No." And I was like, and then it's just one of those things where I was instantly like aggressive because he came at me weird. And he goes, "Well, where'd you get it from?" And I forget what the company is. It's the hoodie I always wear with the blood, sweat, and beers on the
Yeah.
And so my back is against the wall, so he's just referencing the front, which isn't even that great of a hoodie. So I look down and I go, "Rusty Butcher, the brand." And he goes, "That's dope." And then like dapped me up. And I was like, what the fuck is with these people? They're
It's a
all
weird
weird.
crowd.
Really aggressive and then like super cool. And then he pushed me against the wall.
That's the
left.
Chicago attitude, pretty much. Real aggressive, but then really cool.
Yeah, it is true. But yeah, it was just a very weird vibe. So then I was like,
Feels
I gotta
weird.
fucking
Yeah,
get
get
out
the
of here.
fuck out of
And
there.
it's also one of those times where I was like, I don't even need to be at a bar anymore. I just need to get out of the city.
Yeah,
and
just
not
need to
come
be
back for
home.
months.
Come back when the snow melts. That's when we'll come back.
Yeah, when people are, I don't know, less crazy, more crazy.
More crazy because it's nice out?
Yeah, but just for
But a
bit.
better kind of crazy.
Yeah, a more appropriate crazy. Because people can't be crazy and then I walk outside and it hurts my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
no,
one
I
or the
need to
other.
be comforted.
You can
I
be
need to
crazy
able to
if I'm
go-
wearing shorts.
I need to go like smoke a cigarette outside to get
Yeah.
over all the crazy, not stand in the cold and hate my life smoking a cigarette in the
Yeah,
crazy.
which
you
I
know?
did a lot of. That was the day where it was warmer, but it was raining.
Yeah, and that's no fun. Every time we go to Chicago, it rains.
Yeah. Prior to that, as I said, the previous weekend, I keep wanting to say following weekend, the previous one, me and young Kurt himself were in Chicago to see Saba.
That's my baby.
And the Saba show was great. I won't harp on it. So then we go to an after party afterwards that is for the Saba event. Like they throw it. We went, it was where we had gotten into shenanigans. Did we talk about that on here? We said we did that, right?
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah,
well,
it's where-
we alluded to it, but we never
It's
confirmed it.
where
We acquired Comrade Bone Daddy.
it's where people could steal glass skulls.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So it was back there and it was like good music. They played 216, so of course our dicks were out and
Yeah.
swinging.
Had to be so hard you had to punch them through the drywall if you heard 216s in
It
public.
was so hard to punch through my jeans.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? Could you imagine? It was just like, and it was where they like keep like sneaking it in before it comes. Like the
Yeah.
DJ keeps playing, and we both looked at each other and we're like, I know where this is going. And it's like, now we can talk some shit. And then everyone just standing around, not doing anything. But it was like that weird vibe where people weren't dancing. It was a very weird setup in general. So we had like a beer or two there, and then we went to another after party, which was where we had went after Against Me, the Boathouse, because we had faith in it being great because we had a good night that night. So I was like, that's the sure bet. You know what I mean? This one's weird. Let's go to that for sure. Overall, it definitely wasn't the same vibe at all.
Yeah.
We walk in at first, and they were playing 2 Chainz. I can't remember what song, but I was like, hell yeah. And we took a piss, and then ever after that, the music just got weird, and he was playing songs in their entirety, and it was just like songs I'd never even heard. And it was a woman's 30th birthday, because there's balloons that said 30. It was either that or they were 3. And then it said Jen.
No, they were celebrating 03 Greedo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought first.
It was a free 03 Greedo party.
Yeah, and they played
Free 03 Greedo, by the way.
They played Zero Greedo, and yes, free him. And then I
Free him.
seen another set of balloons that said Jen. So I'm like, it's clearly Jen's 30th or 03 birthday.
03 Jen.
03 Jen. And then I was like trying to figure out who Jen was, because there was a bunch of women there, and I'm like, all right, I think Jen is this woman in this red dress. So me and Kurt get to dancing finally, and I realize also people had to have for sure thought we were lovers.
Oh, of
for
course.
sure.
When
There's times where we're the only people dancing and like bumping into each other while you're dancing, and then just looking and everyone's
The thing
looking
about
at
the
you.
dad squad is when it's all of us going out, you can tell it's just a group of dudes having a good time. 2 of us go out, it's 100%
Sexual,
it's a gay lover situation. That's all there is to it.
For sure.
We had to look real gay that night. We went to Schnucks and got beers and then went to Taco John's. We had to look like star-crossed lovers just out getting ready for a weird evening.
Which is sad that you can't just be seen with your handsome
That's
friends.
what I'm saying. Why can't 2 handsome men just go out,
the way
enjoy each other's company, and
the way
have a
we
good
were getting
time?
down, accidentally bumping
We-
butts, and
we
like
know.
you know how when you're drunk and you're pointing
point
at
at
all the
your
other
friends,
person's dancing and you're like in low. I was like, very quickly I was like, yeah, this has to look like we're gay, which there's nothing wrong with, but I do want to always, and then you can't be like, by the way, I'm not gay, just so you know. Not that there's a problem with it. This is just my friend here. I just nothing.
We're just like bumping
weird.
butts and pointing and screaming,
we're just grinding on each
other.
other, and I'm still like, we're not gay at all. It's just one of my favorite songs. They're playing Pony by Genuine. I'm not supposed to grind on my.
Well, I don't see you offering to grind with me.
Yeah, but so the person I think was Jen was in a red dress, and I've told this story to people and women, and I'm trying to get the terminology. I keep hearing bustier. Yeah, but it was like one of those dresses where it has the
like
deep,
perked things up.
well, yeah, and it has like the deep V in between the boobs, and then it like kind of cups them separately.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just out there and being held in by that.
Yeah.
Real tight red dress.
Yeah,
And-
that is a bustier.
yeah, that's so. If that's right, picture that. And so I'm like dancing, hanging out. It's a small room. You're familiar with it. She goes into that bathroom right there, and I don't think anything of it. I don't even think I realized she went in the bathroom. But then I'm standing perfectly across from the bathroom, and the door opens, and she walks out with a titty in her hand. She's trying to put it back in that thing. And so I'm dancing, and she walks out with just like titty. And I
Nice titty?
It was really scrunched up because she's trying to
Oh,
jam
so
it.
it had all the wrinkles
So-
and shit.
Not even wrinkly, just like weird, like a nipple was up
Misshapen?
here, like she's just getting, like when
Not
you're trying,
how you want to see
you
a
know, when
boob?
you're drunk and you're trying to put your shoes on to leave after you like hooked up with a woman and your socks are in your jeans and your jeans are up your ass and you're just trying to jam a foot in.
Been
That's what it
there.
was like she was doing with her breast.
Uh.
And so, but it was like perfect. Like I was like, we are. She just opened the door and I was across from her and I'm like dancing and she just comes out shoving a titty into the dress and I just like stopped dancing and I was like, man, Jen is 30. Let's fucking go. Yeah, and it was so shocking that it was one of those things where I couldn't even process it. I was like not very drunk, but I was like,
Like when
did
you
I
see
do that with-
Bigfoot, everybody's like, why didn't you take a picture? Like, 'cause I
Yeah.
saw Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I saw a scrunched up boob and a bustier. I
Yeah.
couldn't focus.
It was my personal Bigfoot. I will say that much until I see.
So a
Bigfoot himself.
30-year-old boob scrunched up in a
Jen,
bustier.
I would prefer to use her name.
Jen's 30-year-old boob scrunched up
Birthday
in a bustier.
boob. Yeah,
Jen's 30-year-old birthday boob scrunched up in a bustier is
Yes.
your Bigfoot.
Yep. I mean, it's rare. You know what I mean?
It's about as rare as it
saying
gets.
saying that sentence, I feel like I'm more likely to see Bigfoot
Yeah.
than that again.
I would say I think that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You got to see a scrunched up exactly 30-year-old boob.
Yeah, it was about midnight, so you know. And shout out to her. I hope she had a
Shout out 03
great night.
Jen.
Yeah, 03 Jen. Please don't get locked up.
Shout out 03 Jeno.
Yeah, it's just, and it's one of those things where you're like, if I walked out of the bathroom trying to jam my dick back in my pants, I think people would have a different reaction. I don't want this to sound like I'm against women and what they do. I just want to.
No, it's a different standard. It's a different standard.
It's a different standard. And I understand it because men have been running the world into the ground for a while now.
Yeah, and we've
been doing a lot of shit.
We fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of men have been doing shit that we can't agree with. But you know, you don't see me with my balls out of my zipper.
But I
Imagine.
also want to say that there is definitely if I had to pick between
Hot take.
real hot take here, if I had to pick between 30-year-old birthday Jen boob getting scrunched up in a bustier coming out of the bathroom at me, or drunk ageless drama coming
back
out of
on my 30th birthday.
back on
6
your
years
30th
ago.
birthday 66 years ago.
No, just 6.
Just 6.
Yeah.
Scrunching,
You're making it ridiculous. It's very easy.
just scrunching your dick into your pants. I would be,
I like how far out your hand went.
but I
Well, it's like
respect
a
you.
slinky. Just, like I can just squish it down and is
like
that
you're
how you put
smashing a
your dick
pop
away?
can.
You just push it in and shove it down. I try to shove it.
Goes back up in me, pokes my bladder, causes some infections. Not good.
Yeah, you're insinuating that my penis is hard on my 30th birthday leaving the bathroom, which of course it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I don't fucking know my boy.
They were playing Valet, so I came out hard as a rock.
Yeah,
and,
they're playing
just trying
216s
to
and you
jam
came out to
my
Valet's
dick.
verse. East St. Laurent book bag on my
and I
back,
did it
don't let me-
flawlessly. And everybody was like, holy shit.
Jesus, I just wish he would have put his
I
dick
wish-
away so I could have filmed it.
I was shocked by his dick, but more shocked by his ability to do that flawless verse in one take. No breath. Crazy.
No breath at all.
Incredible.
Not no 3 takes like that Valet bullshit.
I'm trying to jam my erect dick in my pants, but it's just me jerking off. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like,
East St.
shoving it
Laurent
in.
book
And I'm
bag
just
on my
coming
back,
on the
don't look-
floor.
Just making it a real slippery mess.
Oh, yeah.
Like worse than the cake at the
Worse
prof
than
show
the
and the
cake.
beer on the beer at the Pew show combined.
It's like the beer and the cake. And it's like my jizz on the floor.
That is the
it's-
holy trinity right
it
there.
is
Beer,
what-
cake, and jizz.
It's what my jizz tastes like. If
Your
anyone's
jizz
curious.
tastes like beer and cake.
Yeah.
What are you doing after the show?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I don't know. Trying to get my upper lip bit.
Oh, don't turn to me. We said that on this one. We got to stop recording Patreon first. I'm always like,
Yeah,
what
we
if we
do.
said and what didn't we say?
Trying to get my upper lip bit. Trying to have some beer cake if you're picking up what I'm laying down.
No. When I come, it sounds like that cat that's off mic that no one will hear.
I really love the idea of you coming frosting on girls going.
Whoa. Does that mean it's thick?
Oh, it's super thick. Not chunky, but like obviously looks.
It
doesn't
gets
look-
chunky sometimes. I'll level with you
Yeah,
here.
we can't lie. It is what it is.
I can't lie. I was told not to by the court.
Sometimes
After the case of the
sometimes
state
you don't come
versus-
for a little bit. You shoot out a big load. There's some solidity,
Yeah.
solidification going on there. It's been cooking for a while in my hot
Oh,
nut
it's
sack
been cooking. Like when you come in hot water and it becomes the stickiest substance you'll ever
because it's
acquire.
eggs. It's just eggs, folks.
I don't think we can say that.
I
Publicly.
already did.
No.
Just no, I
No.
didn't say it.
I wish you wouldn't, but I mean,
You
add it
can't
to
stop me at this point. We're 71 episodes in. I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I know. But that's why we do the Patreon more so than all of the money that we're just raking
It's just
in.
so we can get the shit
Just
out.
so you can I don't
Me
say
specific-
anything.
Yeah, I say I have a lot of things.
I don't say anything graphic.
I say
ever.
a lot. I say too much that's graphic, don't I?
Yeah, especially in person, unfiltered after 3 tall boys.
Oh God, 3 tall boys, and I'll say anything. Boys of Busters can attest to that one. After 2 tall boys and a fucking vodka lemonade, I am loose.
Well, yeah, you can't throw vodka lemonades in there. If I'm going to an open bar, what is your go-to? Because I always feel
Open
like I'm
bar?
not taking the proper advantage of it.
Vodka Red Bull.
But sometimes they don't have Red Bull. Actually, I was at an open bar one time. I asked
Mm-hmm.
that, and she just goes, "No." And you know how I hate being scolded
We all hate being
because
scolded. We're
someone at
men
that
with pride.
open bar previously had ruined it for everyone. And if
Ah.
it's not me, then I'm pissed.
Yeah,
If I ruin it,
I want to be the reason why we can't have nice things,
Mm-hmm.
because at least I experienced it.
because then I'm always like, "There's a story that I'm not being told."
Yeah, and I need to know the full fucking story over a nice vodka Red Bull.
But yeah, because
Vodka something is usually my go-to at an open
Yeah.
bar. I do like a vodka lemonade usually. That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
I've never
I
been
just
like
feel shame drinking a vodka lemonade still.
why? It's delicious.
I feel like I got to drink like a man. I can't get over it.
Well, I've never been a fan of Jack and Coke, mainly because I don't like Coke, and it's
No.
like that just sounds fucking terrible.
I don't mind Coke. I used to do
I just don't like soda.
Captain and Coke.
I just don't like soda. At all.
I haven't drank soda in 3 years. I've probably mixed it with liquor here and there.
yeah, but I've
but,
never
uh,
like sat there and like drank a can of soda.
Oh, that's all I did for 29
We're aware.
and a half years.
Yeah, we know why your dick is weird. We get it.
I think because when I stopped drinking pop, I feel like I got sick more. I get sick more often.
Uh-huh.
And when I stopped smoking cigarettes and drinking for those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I think I got strep throat. Then it won't go away.
Hmm.
So I feel like drinking pop and alcohol and smoking cigarettes, I was stronger.
Well, I mean, it's,
All the diseases can't handle that.
Well, I mean, it's like you always see those articles about like, you know, the dude that's like 103 years old, and they're like, "What's your secret?" And it's always like some weird secret. You know, some of them are lame as fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, wake up and walk 3 miles and eat a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. That's what I do every
which
day.
I'd rather
That's like
die.
my thing. There's a story I heard one time about a guy in the Bronx. He lived to be like super fucking old. And I asked him what he ate, and it was 3 gallons of Thunderbird wine a day.
Yeah. I think we've said that before.
Yeah, but it's like
Well, you hear that with like the red wine and people smoke cigarettes and live.
Well,
to be
because it's
100.
like eventually I feel like your body does acclimate to the things you put it through. Like because I mean, like you talk to like stoners all the time that smoke so much they gotta like keep it up, or like they start getting like the
you
weird.
get a tolerance.
Yeah, you get a tolerance for
Yeah.
shit, and so it's like your body. I feel like in the same way
I feel
your
like
body.
I've gotten a tolerance to drinking that I'm not a fan of.
Well,
I've been
I feel
having
like
a hard time getting drunk. the
I've
past,
also
like, 2
had a hard
months.
time getting drunk.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I'll get
'Cause I
like
took a
tipsy,
2
but I
week-
won't get drunk.
I took a 2-week break. Yeah, I either don't get drunk or I get heroically drunk out of nowhere.
That's what I'm trying to get on the 15th. Is heroic.
That's why I think I want to get drunk because I feel like I haven't had a good drunk. But maybe I'm just
What
drunk
are
and
we
I don't
thinking? Like
remember.
a case each?
I don't know. I want to get wild.
Well, because I mean, I'm thinking a case of PBR is $15, and
Yeah.
get a bottle or two, get some bottles going.
I was gonna bring a treat or two. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm always on top of the game.
Always coming up with some little surprises.
I got something for sure up my sleeve. But yeah, open bars. One time I was in Madison and I had a hotel room. I'm sure I've told part of this at least. And when I was checking in, they were like, "Oh, so we've bumped you up to the executive suite. So from 5 to 7, there will be unlimited open bar, and and it's one of those things where you're just like, yeah, for sure. You can't like overreact. You're just like, yeah, that sounds nice. I might stop by if I have time. I'll have to see if this fits in. And I get to the room and I'm like instantly put on a robe because there's free robes and hotel robes. And I was just coming in instantly because I was so excited.
Oh, it's so soft. It just rubs against your goddamn balls and just drains them.
Because I'm like, it's one of those things where they probably are like, we're bumping you up to an executive suite with unlimited happy hour to like a 45-year-old businessman who might stop by for a drink or two. And then you have shit to do. Me, I'll clear my fucking unlimited drinks. I'll clear my
5 to 7? That's only 2 hours.
I won't even go back out. I'll just drink here until 7, go bed and wake up and leave tomorrow. Fuck it, all of my plans I had.
Why the fuck
Are you kidding
not?
me? So yeah,
executive suite, sweet ass bathroom.
I instantly got in there and opened the executive suite book, and it said like the drinks and hors d'oeuvres, finger foods. So I like go to this fucking thing right at 5. I'm there at 4:55. Let's cut the bullshit. And there's just a man, and like you can't see the liquor, so it was kind of like, what do we even got here? And it was like, again, I don't know what to do. So I think I like started with the beer just to see how things were going. Took over the TV, started playing Half Baked because it was on TV. Sitting in a chair, they're bringing in finger foods. It's just fucking like unbelievable.
Describe the finger food to me. What do we have?
I want to say there was an egg roll of sorts for starters. It like kept changing. I think there was meatballs on toothpicks. I think there might have been a small like chicken finger type thing. They just kept switching. Like it felt like one of those things where we should not be invited. You know what I mean?
Like it's too good for the likes of us.
I don't deserve to be here. And then so I think I went like vodka lemonade, and then I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like I'm texting people like it's fucking free for all. I don't know what to do. And then I put like, then I just start getting weird, and I'm like, pineapple juice and tequila, and the person is like, yeah, and I'm like, sure, I don't know what to do here, so pour it up. And I used to try to drink tequila. This was several years ago.
Never a wise choice.
I can't just drink it straight. It's
no.
horrible.
I was given a tequila shot when I went out last weekend, and it was not enjoyable at all. 100% not enjoyable.
I had a friend that used to take. There's a bar downtown, Mandalay, and it used to be real weird. It's attached to a hotel of sorts, we'll say.
Of sorts.
Yeah, you've been there with me.
Yeah,
and because it used to be fucking incredible, because we stumbled in there one time, and the guy was like, yeah, we've got some dollar beers, and we'd be like, which ones? And he'd be like, what do you want? It was like a 22-year-old kid. I'd be like, Newcastle? And he's like, sure. Until they're gone. 6-packs would just be $1 a beer until they're gone. So I'd be like, I'll take 6 Newcastles. And he'd be like, $6. And so we found that, and then like pint glasses of mixed drinks would be $4. Strong.
That's not
fucking
bad.
Strong. And so, yeah, we would just fucking like go crazy. What was my initial point here?
Hell
Something
if I
about
remember.
Mandalay. Interesting.
Finger foods, hotel, bathrobes, come in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about where it goes.
But, oh yeah, my friend that I would go with, they would have a $2 tequila shot. And when they put it down, it would stink up the bar. It was so potent, I'll say.
Yeah.
And he would take it, and he liked tequila, and he'd be like, this is one of the most god-awful things I've ever had. It would make me not even be able to take shots while he was taking a shot, because it just stunk so bad.
It just smelled so bad?
Just smelled. Because they'd be like, you want, like, good tequila? Which, at that place, everything was cheap, so it'd be like $4. And he'd be like, no, just real tequila. And they'd, like, take a bottle and, like, blow the dust off of it and, like, pour it. And it was a bottle that looked like it shouldn't be in this country. And it just fucking reeked. And yeah, I think I did it one time, and I just can't. It's just not good. Like a lot of alcohol I can get past. Tequila just lives with you.
Yeah, it's just, and it just it turns me into a real raging bitch is what it does. Every time I drink tequila, I turn really fucking mean for some reason.
So you're always drinking tequila.
I'm constantly a little buzzed on tequila because I'm a horrible monster.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what to do at an open bar. I feel like I have to. I don't feel like
because the guys like us tend to overindulge a little bit.
Well, yeah,
and so
for as much as I drink, I don't know a lot of drinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
don't know
stick with what you like.
I don't like being told no, especially when there's alcohol involved. I feel like a child, and then I don't want to drink at all.
Yeah,
and like,
or it makes you want to drink more, but then you're like angry drunk, and then you can't like get drunk because you're mad.
And you just have to keep going up to the same person, and you remember when they were like no,
and then you're getting drunker, and their face starts morphing into your mother's face, and so you start getting just really outrageously angry about it all the time.
But you're screaming,
and then you're whipping
voice.
drinks, and you're the reason why we can't have certain drinks at the bar anymore.
Or as soon as they say they don't have one thing, then I won't ask about anything else weird. You know what I mean? So I'm always like, at one open bar, I asked for some Jameson. I was thinking shot, and he was like, okay, and then pulled out a wine glass and filled it with Jameson, and I drank 2 of those.
That's an open bar, I guess.
Yeah. Because I think he said, like, how much do you want? And I was like, oh, just like the regular. Thinking shot. I mean, there's not a lot of...
wine glass,
A
though.
wine glass, yeah.
Well,
sometimes people who run open bars sometimes are just random people. Because I know people who will be like...
know.
I know people who will be like, we need someone to work this open bar. Do you want to work it? And you're like, I don't know how to. And they're like, it's not a big deal.
Well, because
like, it's kind of a big deal.
whenever me and Ham go out, he drinks just vodka on the rocks. Just like, just... Not vodka, Jameson, just Jameson on the rocks.
Yeah, I used to do that more often, and I've had like shots. Like I remember at First Avenue in Minneapolis, me and my buddy Greg asked for shots of Jameson, and they took like that like Scotch glass, whatever that little stubby one is, and filled it pretty full for like $6, and that was a shot. It took 3 gulps, which a shot shouldn't be.
No,
because by the second gulp, no matter what the liquor is, I really don't
it's
want
going
any
down hard.
part of it anymore. By the third gulp, you're like instantly drunk, and it's weird.
Yeah, and that instantly drunk will fuck you up. Over the summer, at one point, I had poured myself. I'd gotten a bottle of tequila as a gift because I had moved a bookshelf for a friend, and they're just a very sweet, giving person, and so they're like, "Here, take this for helping." And it's
Are they with tequila?
Yeah.
If someone gives me tequila, I'm always like, do you hate me or do you like me?
Well, and so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and drink this just so I can, get it out of the freezer because I'm not a big tequila guy.
Yeah.
And
You
so
gotta drink it hot.
that is the worst idea I've ever heard in my
Have you
entire
had it?
life. Hot tequila?
Warmer than room temperature.
Like
Warmer than it is
warmed?
outside.
Like a mulled cider where it's like warmed?
Yeah, if you were to put it on the stove
Warmer than it is outside.
on like put it like a 4 on your burner on your stove. You know what I mean? A little over a simmer. Are you following me here?
With
You seem
tequila.
confused. Yeah, tequila. You can't get it too hot because then it'll evaporate in the air and you'll kill your pets. But if you get it just warm enough, it's like a hot toddy, but it's just
I get a hot
tequila.
toddy, but
Yeah, a
just
hot
hot
tequila.
tequila just doesn't sound... Where did you pick this up from?
A wise man.
Doesn't sound very
Wise man
wise.
once told me drink hot tequila.
No,
All right.
I'm not doing
To
it.
each their own.
But I
You're
pour...
gonna do it on the 15th. I'm coming over with the warmest tequila you've had in a minute.
If you bring it, I'll drink it. That's all there is to it.
Perfect.
Uh,
Moonshine too?
if you bring moonshine, hell yeah, I'll drink some
I
moonshine.
think I put all my moonshine in one punch that I made here one time with 7 other bottles of liquor. We called it murder juice.
Yeah. Can we make some murder juice on the 15th?
I would highly advise against it.
Could we make a better murder juice?
I don't think you can make a better murder juice. I think it only gets worse.
Could we make
That
a
was the
less
best murder
worse
juice.
murder juice?
No, it's murder juice. You also have to be very careful saying murder juice. You have to enunciate it very heavily.
Murder juice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it can
because it's
sound
murder juice.
Yeah, but it can sound wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah, you don't want to be involved in that crowd.
No, not at all. But I had poured up 4 tequila sunrises for myself because I just wanted to get rid of this
Separately?
tequila. No, 4 on the counter and 4 red cubs.
Yeah, so you made 4 separate ones to look at. Okay.
And
Interesting.
I was like, I was not in a good spot. I'll just throw that out there. Anybody who's making
When are
4
you?
I've been in a pretty good spot recently.
Must be nice.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I got nothing to complain about. Life's pretty good. I can't complain.
Did we switch spots?
Probably. How's it feel to be me?
Bad. But
Yeah.
I knew that. I didn't need a sign from Satan himself.
I mean, I'm not the one who asked for it. You're the one who wanted to put your dick in that weird Freaky Friday Chinese finger trap thing so we could switch bodies.
yeah, but I didn't get your body. I just got your life.
Yeah, which is pretty
That's-
great because I still get to be me and do whatever I want, except nothing's bad now.
No, you got my life.
Yeah,
All
is this
the
what your
things-
knees feel like all the time? Because I just want to blow them off with a gun.
hard. I wouldn't recommend gun. Tie 2 very tight strings, one above and one below.
Just like lance them.
I don't like using the term lance.
Yeah,
this year.
you've been
This year.
triggered by some
Maybe next
lancing,
year.
per my understanding. Can't take this guy to medieval times or nothing. He'll watch the knights lance at each other and he'll just fucking cry about it.
Yeah, I'm always full of tears at medieval times.
Who isn't?
Are they still open?
Yeah.
Who goes there?
Medieval times?
Yeah.
I
never
personally
been there.
don't. I can't eat any of the goddamn food they make you eat with your hands.
Yeah, back in the good old days.
What is weird, though, is that they walk around serving pictures of Pepsi with the food, which doesn't seem
That's the
historically
worst
accurate.
thing they do.
Yeah.
Pepsi is the worst.
Literally, because I don't drink soda. I've never been a fan of it, and especially not like cola. Like I don't like cola at all. Like Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, all of it just tastes like garbage to me.
I had to change my car battery, and that thing about Coke taking the corrosion, because I had corrosion corroded battery.
Yeah.
So corroded that when I went to return it for the money, the guy was a real asshole about it. You know, like,
don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't know any better.
because
I
stand in line at AutoZone and there's like 3 people. So I'm holding this battery heavier than you expect. You forget how heavy they are.
I have swapped. I did a bunch of car shit this summer,
and
so
you forget
I know.
if you haven't held a battery in a while.
Yeah, you ever
So I'm
stand there at
standing
Walmart holding 2,
Yeah.
feeling your shoulders separated
Yeah.
at the fucking blades?
Well, you should just throw them if you're at Walmart.
I would love
But I was
to.
holding one, and then it was a weird amount of time, so I set it down, and then the line moved because a woman was standing in front of the workers, so no one could see them. So then I picked it up, and I proceeded to move in line, and then I set it down again, and the woman was standing in front of the other worker. So then I take the battery up there, and as I'm walking up, the guy's giving it a real dickhead look, you know what I mean? Like, looking over at it, and I pop it up there, and he goes, "Boy, I hope you got the battery grease. That thing is the most corroded I've ever seen." And in my head, I was like, I doubt that. I highly doubt that.
First of all, I know
It is-
a guy with your demeanor and the amount of body tattoos has by far seen some more corroded batteries.
At the AutoZone,
Yeah.
I'm going to call bullshit on this one, bud. Because mine was corroded, but I'll say to like a normal level.
Yeah.
You don't replace batteries that frequently. My battery
is it,
said
like
2008
7 years or something
on it,
like
so
that?
10 years. And I knew it was corroded for a long time, but I put it in the back of my mind until
As
my
we
car
all
just
do- as we all do
kind
with
of
everything.
started a little bit from here and there.
Yeah.
I had to leave it running in the parking lot of AutoZone to get the battery. But yeah, I hate that shit because it's like, bro, I'm already past it. You know what I mean? I've already done it. I didn't buy the fucking battery grease because until those words came out of your mouth, I didn't know that was a thing.
I also didn't know
It
the
sounds
battery
like you
grease was a
shouldn't
thing.
grease batteries.
I
but
feel
you know
like
what?
something full of acid should not be greased up.
And I just said, yeah, I got it. And he goes, sure, hope so, and starts typing. I'm like, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to act like this as a
Why
person?
you gotta be such a
I
wiener
don't even
about
want to have this interaction. I almost just threw away the $20 just to not speak to a person. You know me. I'll throw away the money as
You'll
long
throw
as I don't
lots
have
of
to.
money at things to not have to talk to people.
And then you got it, because then it's like that. It's fucking, especially as mechanic assholes. Like,
At an
yeah, I get
AutoZone
it,
on a
bud.
weekday?
Yeah.
Like,
I was furious.
the fuck
Then
does
I
that
couldn't
guy
even
get
go to
off?
Walmart because I was so irritated by that guy. I just went home, which is the thing I do a lot as well.
Yeah, you brought that up a lot in the last couple of months. That nervous breakdown is impending. I tell you what.
I'm just being more vocal about it.
I'm glad you're being more vocal about it because it's like it lets me know where
Someone
you're at.
help me.
I would love to, but you just won't let me.
There's just no way to. I'll give up a lot of things just to. It's one of those things where if someone just gets on my nerves or it's too awkward of an interaction, I'll throw my whole day away. It's just you
I
gotta
get that.
pack it up and start again tomorrow.
At some point, there is some days where at some point you just got to stop and be like, you know what? I've tried. Can't keep trying because it's gonna kill my spirit.
Yep.
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, recently I had 4 stops to make on a weekend.
Ooh.
I got through 3 of them flawlessly, including a Walmart trip. And I was like,
Oh.
beautiful. I went to a Road Ranger to get some gas, pulled up to one that was out of order, pulled up to another one, put my card in and it wouldn't work. And I was like, fuck this. And I went home. My car was on E. I was like, I don't even care if it runs out of gas. I'll throw the car away because this is bullshit. Because I did that thing where then you forget what side your gas thing is on because you
I
turn around
hate
and then you're
doing
just
that.
like, I'm going to drive into a gas pump to destroy the camera footage of me forgetting what side my fucking gas tank is
And then
on.
I'm also gonna blow up this gas.
Yeah, of course. I plan to still allegedly blow up that
Yeah,
gas
we're gonna allegedly
Fuck
blow
Road
up a gas
Ranger.
station.
All the Road Rangers around me, hellholes.
Garbage.
Nightmare hellholes.
Not as bad as that marathon over by you. That one is a fucking garbage. Dog.
Yeah, that was the Road Ranger.
Oh,
yeah, they
God, that
changed
is
to a
a-
marathon.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
Tried to buy a pack of cigarettes, and the manager there got in an argument with the customer in the other lane of people checking out about how she never ordered that cigarettes, but that guy knows that he's bought those cigarettes from here. And I was like, I want to fucking kill both of you people.
Just so you
Why?
shut the fuck up.
I'm in line. I had my card out too because I would have just walked away, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm never coming back here until I need gas, and then I'd be back there.
And cigarettes.
Yeah, well, no, now I buy my cigarettes from the 7-Eleven. This is just getting too into my personal routine.
Yeah, I'm
People
starting
are
to
gonna
find out a lot of
find
things
me.
about you.
Yeah, I'm a little neurotic. There was a point you were trying to make.
I don't even remember.
Good, because it was shitty.
It probably
Tequila
was.
Sunrises, maybe?
Oh yeah, I drank 4 of them in a row, really fast because I was just feeling that kind of way. You know,
That kind of way?
That specific kind
It's
of
like bringing Ice House to my house.
Yeah,
and
like,
drinking 2 of them and
it's-
leaving 4 for me.
It was one of those things where I was just like really fucked up, like just in my mind, and I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, I'm pissed off and sad. I just
Yeah, the
need to
best
be
time to
drunk.
drink, yeah.
I'm like, I just need to be drunk.
Yeah.
And so I just stood there at the counter, just chugging, chugging, just chugged all 4 in a row. Yeah, very sad. Standing in the bathrobe, white T-shirt that had my belly hanging out underneath, boxer briefs, open robe, standing there, Bluetooth earphones in.
Yeah, you were on an important business call.
Jamming the fucking
with
boot.
me.
Yeah, I did the business call, and then as soon as I hung up, I was like, biddy-da-da, boot up, as I chugged these fucking shitty tequila sunrises that I made, and got so drunk so fast that my body gave out. I like collapsed on my bed, and I kept trying to get up to like get something to eat to like stop it, and my body would literally not get up at all. And that says something to the strength and power of just drinking tequila, because it's like I
think this whole segment says something about our lives.
I think this whole show says something about our lives.
I prefer to think it doesn't, but
I mean, I think it says a lot, to be honest. How many hours of our lives have we put out onto the internet for people to listen to?
What's 70 times 1.5 hours?
No, God, I can't do that.
No, just throw the quick math. 70 times 1.5. That's at least
112.
Yep, I'm gonna stand behind you because I believe in you. But that is so wrong.
I know it's so wrong. I want to do the math right now so bad.
It's one of those things. The more you think about it, you're like, "Oh,
112. There's no way." Maybe 94. I was thinking 94 or 112. Higher than 112. I'm thinking lower.
No.
Higher.
This is why we can't do math.
Higher than 112.
All right, fucking look it up now.
Okay, so 1.5 times 70.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's gonna be right. I still stand behind. Would you say 112?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be over that. No? No? I stand behind over.
Well, just give me a number. Fast math, throw out a number for
124.
me. Okay. 105.
Well, fuck. How were we supposed to know?
105 hours of our bullshit out on the internet.
No. This can't be right at all.
I said minute. I said hours, not minutes. You want to figure out how many minutes?
Yeah, I was talking about minutes. It's definitely 124 minutes. We don't need this anymore. We've both made mistakes here. Neither of us were right. People are shocked.
That's a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I know.
6,300 minutes.
I feel like that's slow, too. I don't know. It's too much. It's far too much. And the only thing I'm trying to figure out here is what to drink at an open bar.
Yeah.
Glassfuls of Jameson.
Call 402-7-DAPPER. Let us know what to drink at an open bar.
I'll have already been at the open bar.
Well, neither one of us knows. We're going to go back to more open bars, I'm sure.
But like, I feel like, and we've definitely talked about this before. I just need to know more like mixed drinks, because open bar, I feel like beers, you're selling yourself short. I mean, because then you're publicly drinking so many beers. You know what I mean?
Like
the only thing that stops me from looking like a complete animal is that I have to pay for each beer.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, and that's time. Open bar, very anxious. I'm just trying to throw them back, but then people are looking at you like, is that his 7th beer? We've only been here for an hour.
That look doesn't disrupt me at all. That's all
Depends
I fucking
on
do.
All open bars are usually at nice things.
They're at swankier events. You know,
so
they're not going to throw them
they're
not going to be an open bar at the Hillbilly Hoedown.
In an hour is crazy. I can't drink 7 Coors in an hour.
I can drink 7 PBRs in an hour.
Tall boys?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Given the opportunity.
On the 15th, I want to see you collapse on your bed. You know what I mean.
This isn't good, because you know about that thing I bought that we talked about on the Patreon. And you're going to find it and use it on me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. You mean that nice pillow you bought?
I just wake up, you're sleeping on my pillow.
You bought a My Pillow, because that guy's very pushy about it in the commercials.
I bought some of those bamboo pillows that are stuffed with like the bamboo fibers.
That doesn't sound nice.
They're actually really comfy.
When's the last time you looked at your pillow without a pillowcase on it?
Like 2 weeks ago when I did laundry.
Was it bad?
Actually, not that bad.
Mine is.
I have seen. I've had some get bad.
I thought you were gonna say you've seen mine, and I was like, I'd like to know when and where and how.
I was over at your house playing with your dog and roaming around, flipping all your pictures upside down, licking all the food in the fridge, especially the meat and cheese.
I noticed something tasted different. Tasted like cake and beer for some reason.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, that was just me. When I get drunk and
I noticed all your meats and cheeses tasted like beer and frosting.
Yeah. I did just cut up some summer sausage, cheese, and crackers. I didn't cut the crackers; they came pre-cut. Believe it or not,
made a homemade Lunchable.
Basically, but I always like the summer cheese cracker.
That is a really good
summer
combo.
Cheese.
I really wish there was a good vegan way of doing that, because I miss doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
so
2 out of the 3 things. Well, are the crackers vegan?
Depending on the crackers.
Mine were covered in meat.
A rich garlic butter.
Yeah. Oh, that probably would take it up a notch. That's one of the foods that is too messy to eat in front of people. The crackers.
Like the cracker stacks.
Yeah, 2 crackers, meat, cheese in the middle. Delicious little sandwich. Cracker crumbs everywhere. And
Showing up to Christmas looking like a bum.
And I also eat so many of them, and then like 30 minutes pass, and I feel like very gross.
Back in my fat days, I was known to get the like party tray at Walmart and eat the whole damn
It costs
thing.
so much money to buy them.
It's like $10.
I was at locally $19 for a tray that wasn't even that impressive. No crackers.
Just meat and cheese.
Yeah, but it was only like, I'd say a foot by a foot. I'd say 2 rows of meat, 2 rows of cheese.
Was it just salami, or was it like salami and pepperoni and
no,
like
it was
something?
just like summer sausage salami.
Oh,
and the cheeses
summer
weren't
sausage
exotic.
even?
Yeah, it was crazy. $19. So I was like, fuck
Not
this.
in my America.
Fuck this. I'm going to buy it by myself and put it together. Couldn't find it, so I left. Then later, it was on my mind. Had to go to a completely different store. Could barely find it there.
Because you can't go back to the same store twice in one day.
Oh,
thank you, God.
Especially looking for something you couldn't find earlier.
Yeah,
Admitting failure publicly
refuse
to all
go
the
back
people
to
who
this.
watched you and remember you, because that's what I think in my head.
Yep, I refuse to go back to the same store twice in one day because as an employee who has worked at big box stores, you notice the people that come back multiple times a day, and you think they're fucking weird because what the fuck business do you have coming to this store this
And
often?
I'm already there a lot because it's like down the street from my house. It's my grocery store, and I hate it. I hate it a lot. It's overpriced. They're always out of shit.
We got 3 Walmarts.
I have a
here in
neighbor
town.
that works there. She's either like 24 or 45. It's crazy.
I like those odds.
Crazy. Sometimes you see her and you're like, wow, what a beautiful young lady. And then you see her again and you're like, what an older woman. Interesting. And I can't, it's like, it depends on light, scenario, day by day. It's crazy. It's very, so I already got that going, and that's a lot to take in.
That's a lot to deal with when you're trying to buy crackers and meat and
I'm
cheese.
going, you ever have it where you're like, you know what you want, but you forget where it is, so you're going back and forth across the store, and I'm like, people are just watching me going.
They definitely
from
think
the
I'm
bakery
shoplifting.
to the fucking frozen food and back like 5 times. Now I have to leave. I don't even have half of what I want, but I know that they've seen me too many times. I also think everyone thinks I'm shoplifting.
Oh, I always think people think I'm constantly shoplifting when I'm walking around, but it doesn't help that I like layer up my coats in the winter either. So it
doesn't help that you have all those stakes under your coat.
I mean,
which is weird.
I like planting them in ladies' houses for when you know the inevitable happens.
I like planting them in the ground to see if a cow will grow as a pet.
I have also tried that, and all it resulted in was a weird raw steak grass monster that I now have to take care of. Keeps following your Ottoman son around for some reason.
Well, at least you acknowledge your son.
I got to acknowledge him.
Because he definitely came on the ground, too.
Of course I can.
Anytime you plant something, you come on it, which is different.
Isn't that the Amish way?
No, they don't get to come.
At all? How do they make more Amish then?
Electricity and semen are 2 big bugaboos.
But then how do they make more Amish?
You know the show Going Amish where they break out and they get to run away for, like, you know how Amish people get like a week in the real world?
Yeah.
And have you seen the TV show?
Yeah.
So it's when they go out, they have a bunch of kids. Then they come back. That's weird. So
all the semen is allowed for a week with the electricity?
Well, yeah, they go fuck a normal human being, like a functioning person.
They're humans.
They are not going to hear this, so we can say whatever.
You're not
we
wrong.
want.
I guess we can talk all the shit about the Amish we want.
Finally,
on this bullshit show.
Finally, 71 episodes ago, I was like, "Do I bring it up?" And I thought maybe it's too.
Finally,
early.
a demographic where we can talk about just anything, and they won't get to us.
But if they do get to us, they will beat the shit out of us.
Oh man, those Amish, they got to be strong as shit. Building
have you seen them outside of gas stations in Wisconsin? They look fucking.
I've
crazy.
never seen an Amish in person.
Really?
Yeah, ever.
I always see them on the way to like Madison. If you stop at like some gas station, they're selling like.
Can we stop next
baked
time?
goods? I mean, I don't know which ones they're at.
Can we just try to
I
find
believe
some?
they've been at Shell a lot because they're big Valet fans, of course.
Of
but
course.
they can't. It's when they break out, they hear Valet, and they come back and they sing it like a hymn to the others.
I really
they can't
love
listen
the
to
idea
it.
of a bunch of Amish raising a barn and just singing like fucking acid.
Yeah.
But like in that beautiful church
Yeah,
choir
of
way
course.
too.
With the beards. Yeah, and they look fucking crazy.
I got 2 bitches doing acid as they raise a barn.
Because I'm always popping out of my car at the gas station, like flicking a cigarette near the gas pump because I'm ready to die.
We're all ready to die. I'm ready to go with you.
They're always just looking at me crazy. I come out on my phone drinking a Monster Energy drink, all the luxuries they can't have.
Yeah.
And they're always arms crossed. You won't buy their brownies, which I would, but then I got to go. But they're always like away. I don't think they can sell it right at the gas station.
Do they take cash? What do they take?
They would have to take cash, right? What are they going to do? Swipe the card in their ass crack?
Do they want me to trade with them? Like
a barter system.
Yeah, barter 6 with the Amish.
Yes, we're listening to barter 6 with the Amish. Could you imagine playing an Amish person, Young Thug, for the first time? Just pull up with your car, push the doors open.
She's sucking my dick on a plane, and I think I'm an airhead. Oh!
I'm glad if we have to play Young Thug for the Amish, we both know what song we'll play.
Because I know how I would.
I'm just like, give me the fucking brownies.
What little shawty say?
What do you think you could, Bart? What do you think, like, in your car, you're pulling up.
Right.
You're not going to give them cash. What's in your car that you think you could give them for a brownie?
Laundry detergent.
You have laundry detergent in your car?
Yeah, because I go to the laundromat. I don't got I don't got, like, hookups at the house.
Well, it's weird because I've seen a washer and a dryer functioning in your basement.
That's weird because you clearly weren't in my basement.
Huh.
Yeah,
What apartment number is it?
Not saying it on the show?
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. Can we say what you live behind? We used to bleep out all the time? Because you don't live behind it anymore?
I don't see why not.
This feels special.
This is actually really special.
We bleep this out a lot because
Yeah.
I used to just say it because it was funny to us, and I was always really saying it.
Yeah.
And it was 1, 2, 3.
Tiger Tails used to live behind
Slim
Tiger.
lived in the dumpster behind Tiger Tails.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So
all the used panties.
All the used panties is what I would squeeze moisture out of to
sustain,
get hydration. The strippers would also throw their like Denny's and IHOP trash there
because that's
a lot of good,
what
a lot of good eating
strippers
around
eat.
there. They got Denny's, they got IHOP.
Well, that's why
they
you
got
became
Machine
vegan
Shed.
because
Well,
everybody
yeah.
eats their meat, throws away their pancakes. Because when you go to get breakfast and they offer you toast or pancakes, you're going with pancakes.
Yeah, because
have we
pancakes,
talked about this?
Well, yeah, because pancakes is a better option. There's more of it.
Yeah. Bread or pancakes?
Pancakes. Do I want toasted bread or batter that's been fried in grease in a pan?
I just went to breakfast last weekend and I got like a nice little skillet, and then which they served in a giant metal bowl. It was a whole
weird.
Don't
ordeal. They
traditionally
traditionally serve them in skillets?
Yeah, and it completely took the skillet out of it for me. And then there was pancakes, which I wasn't anticipating to eat because you think I don't need pancakes. And then I took a bite and I was like, forget how good pancakes are.
Yeah, because and there's something about pancakes with a skillet too, because you got all that saltiness in the skillet.
Yeah.
What's your go-to skillet?
Well, at this specific place, because all the breakfast places around me are garbage, this is just the least garbage one. It's a what's it got? It's got hash browns, biscuits and gravy, and your choice of eggs and cheese on the top.
That's always
Something
a good
this
one.
time. I usually don't go out for breakfast around me because, like I said, it fucking sucks. I got to drive at least 40 minutes to get a Cracker Barrel,
Ugh.
and that's not even like top notch, but it's something
Better
than what I'm working with.
Yeah.
And something this time, they really did something nice. Then they have lemonade, pink lemonade. I hate that. I'm always like, you got lemonade? And they go, is pink okay?
I don't get why pink isn't a different flavor.
It tastes different.
Does it?
You don't drink enough lemonade. Trust me.
I
please.
do.
You don't drink as much lemonade as I do.
I don't.
Yeah. Pink is different. It's not just pink. There's something different to it. I can really taste the
Well, you know where pink lemonade came from, right?
Pussies?
Sure, we'll go with that. I like that better.
Yeah.
No.
So it's based off of
No, pink lemonade
pussy.
came from the circus because one time
I hate your fucking facts.
No, this is a
sometimes.
real thing.
I don't know.
No,
fact check. Whatever
no,
it's
it was
gonna
like
be,
a
fact
big
check.
vat of lemonade at the circus, and a guy washed his red tights in it on accident because he thought it was like the wash bin, and it made pink lemonade from his tights, and that's how pink lemonade got started.
So I'm drinking tight lemonade.
Yeah.
That's
what
I'm
tastes
even more
different about
upset.
it.
Yeah, who's tights? None of those waitresses are attractive enough for me to wring their tights.
I mean,
off
I
and drink
can't say
lemonade.
I can't say who it was. I don't know I don't know who they made sweat in them tights the night before and then wrung them out in the lemonade wash.
Yeah, and I know one of the girls, so I regret saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna stop there.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but I don't want pink
Quit
lemonade.
while you're ahead, Dad.
I don't want pink lemonade.
Yeah, no, I want regular lemon. I want lemonade. They don't have pink lemons. That's like a slap in the face of God.
Yeah.
If God wanted to give us pink lemons, he would.
Yeah, if I had pink lemonade, I would trade it with Amish people for brownies. That's the only clear.
I would trade.
Yeah, I'm gonna say laundry
I would.
detergent. They probably.
I would
have
trade them
whole,
some food that they wouldn't normally get. Like I'd get them like beef,
pizza.
like beefaroo or something. You know.
So you're gonna bring beefaroo from Rockford to somewhere in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
This is cold beefaroo.
What
beefaroo
I
cheese
put it.
fries
I put it in one of those bags. You know, that
on the
keeps
top of
things
your
hot.
car.
Yeah.
So it's real cold.
Yeah.
And half of it's gone.
Like
Someone's
get 'em like
driving behind you with the wipers on because cheese fries are just.
Get them like
smacked down.
McDonald's or something. You know, be like, hey, here's some fucking McDonald's. I'll trade you some for some brownies.
Can they? Why? This might sound.
I just can't imagine them being in a situation where they would go to purchase this food. You know, but I'm
like
saying,
McDonald's?
yeah, like
Can they
you're not
not?
going to see a fucking buggy go through the McDonald's thing.
They do have buggies too. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They ride around on buggies because
I'm
they don't
saying
have cars.
I've seen them in person. It's real. It's not.
It's
not
not
like
a
the
joke.
movies. It's not like Little House on the Prairie. Were they Amish? I don't know.
No, I think that was just the times.
Is that?
It's a house on the prairie, for Christ's
Why
sakes.
are people?
When was the last time you saw a prairie?
Not that long ago. Wisconsin.
Huh.
Yeah.
I love Wisconsin.
Hence the Amish. So Amish people just, I guess that now thinking about it, they just don't want to live like this?
They believe, in my understanding, that it is more godly to live that way. It's more pure to live that way. It's a life free of sin that's dedicated to like work and, you know, not being distracted by all the things of the world that make people sin and do bad things. So, I mean, like, think about it.
I don't think they're wrong.
I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong
But I
either.
bet they hit their wives or something.
Yeah, they got to do something. Apparently, there's a lot of drugs that go through the Amish community. Yeah, like they're
what are we talking?
like meth.
Oh, so give them meth for brownies?
That actually
or the brownies are a front for meth.
Oh, you know what? It probably is. That's why those guys look so mean hanging out at the brownie table.
Yeah, because they're just squaring everyone up.
Yeah,
sure you go up to get a brownie, they're like, you got to tell me if you're a cop. You're like, whoa, I just wanted some treat.
Delicious baked goods here. I'm not trying to get harassed by the Amish.
The butter churners are making meth? Is that what you're saying? There's meth in there?
Well, no, apparently apparently because it's a thing out in like New York. That the Amish that live out in New York, there's a lot of meth going through those communities because they're not like heavily policed at all.
Yeah, you don't pull over a buggy.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do? Assume that the Amish are doing some fuck shit out here? You know, like
I want to see a cop pull over a buggy.
I want to see a cop aggressively pull over a buggy.
You know why I pulled you over? You know how fast you're going? Not very fast. It's a buggy.
I got pulled over for speeding earlier this week.
Did you?
170, and I got away with a warning.
Where were you driving? That's 70.
Outside of Marengo.
Okay.
I was on the highway.
Okay.
Okay. So
why were you driving 100? You want to explain yourself? Just cause?
Big dick. I was having a good dick
day.
You have a big dick. I have a big dick, and I wanted to drive on.
That's what you told the cop.
No, it was the craziest damn thing.
Sir, I'm having a large penis day.
So what had happened was I had to go up into Chicago for training for work this week, and a bunch of my coworkers.
You keep saying training, but you're just buying prostitutes that are far enough away that they don't know you.
Not everybody's got to know about this.
Oh yeah, this isn't Patreon.
Yeah, so right.
$5 a month. You can
$5 a month. Find out what I'm doing in Chicago.
Oh, fucking prostitute. Addiction. Sex worker. I don't know.
Nothing wrong. I am a sex maniac.
We know.
We all know. But no, I had to go up there for training, and so some of my other coworkers carpooled with me. And
in your truck?
No, rented a car.
I was gonna say, does that thing even go 100 without the whole of the wheels exploding?
No, that thing.
Yeah, my car doesn't go 100.
I rent a car every time I go out of town because I will
talk about big dick money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just renting cars.
Yeah, just flexing on everybody else I work with.
I just rent cars every week.
I just rent cars to go to work. Dick long like a CVS receipt.
Jesus. You started making way more money, but you're actually bringing in less because of all the cars you keep renting.
That I keep
because occasionally you go from place to place renting several cars just so in the morning when you wake up you know which one you want.
Yeah.
I think I'll take the Prius today. It'll be better.
My whole block is filled up. Yeah. Nobody can park anywhere.
I'm like, a lot of traffic. Also, they don't plow your road at all. And you're like, yeah, those are all my rent-a-cars. I crashed several of them because they don't plow this road at all.
Yeah,
your road is fucking crazy.
Yeah, my road is fucking nuts.
I came over to your house. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about us in that hood at all.
Nice road truck.
Yeah. No, so I had rented a car, and I'm pretty sure that's part of why I was going 100 because it was like a 2018 Nissan.
Yes,
like
and did you get the insurance? So you're like, fuck.
Yeah, of course I got the insurance. Full collision, full collateral, full everything.
It's crazy that exists.
I know.
Just do whatever you want.
It's like $17 too. Like
you got to crash it before you take it back. Just cause.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't get my $200 deposit back, and I'd be like, fuck.
You got that money.
But to crash a car like that though?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you want to go rent an Enterprise just to shoot people out of it and then crash it?
The first part was weird, but yes, of course. What is crazy is if you like get in like a fender bender in those, then you got to take it and like just run it into a building.
Yeah, because
you've already
fucked it up.
I mean?
You might as well fuck it up.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
That's what I'm saying. And so I'm driving and I'm going like 100 on the way home just because I felt like it, you know.
With your coworkers?
Yeah, with my coworkers.
And they were all clutching their pearls?
They were. One of them was asleep, and then the other two of us were just talking shit. And
was your penis out?
Of course my penis was out. It's my rent-a-car.
And you were going 100.
Yeah.
Once you start going 100, your dick flies out of your pants.
Yeah, that's why it flies around the cab of the car like a helicopter.
That's why I can't drive 100 anymore.
Well, and so
my grandma's always with me.
Well, and so I'm coming up over this hill right outside Marengo, and I see a car parked in between the medians, and I'm like, fuck. And I look, and I'm going 100. And I'm like, fuck.
So you slammed on your brakes and came to a complete stop next to the police officer.
Yeah. Well,
you were rear-ended.
I did hit the brakes really hard.
Yeah, which is like, if I'm speeding, I just won't, and I see a cop, I'll just take, like, I'm usually on cruise control, or I'll just take my foot off the gas, because slamming on your brakes is a clear sign. Even if they're not taking radar, I feel like they're like,
and so my coworker fucking saved my ass. She was incredible, because what happened was I saw him start to follow me, and I was like, I'll save us, and I dodged through 3 lanes of traffic and pulled up into the 7-Eleven at the Oasis right out there. Made it seem like I was just swerving around to go get gas, so it pulls me over right in the gas station.
Yeah, so everyone can see.
Yeah, so everyone can see. And he comes up, and he's, registration, so I hand him the thing, and I show him the rental agreement, show him my license and everything like that. And he looks in the back seat, and he goes, "Miss, are you not wearing a seatbelt?" And she wasn't. And she goes, "Oh, I'm really, really sorry. I'm pregnant, and the seatbelt was really hurting my stomach. That's part of why we were trying to come pull over, so I could just stop and rest for a minute." And you saw his demeanor change completely when she said that. And he went back to the car, and he's sitting there for like 5-10
25 minutes.
A long ass time.
They always do it.
And so we're all sitting there, and we're like, half the car was like, "You're definitely getting a ticket." And I was like, "I'm not getting a ticket. There's no way I'm getting a ticket." Comes up, gives me a warning. And he asked, he goes, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And I was like, I think like 80, 85. He goes, "Well, I clocked you at 87 before you saw me and hit the brakes."
See, they know.
He knew.
Yeah.
And so, but he still wrote me a warning, even though I was definitely going 100. And on the ticket, he wrote 79 and 70. For the
brackets.
Yeah, he like took care of me for like some dumbass reason, which was probably my coworker saving my ass, which was incredible. But yeah, got pulled over this week and got away with a warning. Cause
I'll have to remember that trick when I get pulled over.
Yeah, just tell them you're pregnant and that the seatbelt was hurting.
So I was going 100.
Well, I mean, like if you're traveling with a woman, though, just have her do that. Just have her be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm pregnant."
If I'm traveling with a woman, I will impregnate them. So the
yeah, of
more
course.
believable.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not.
Because he didn't look inside of her or anything, right?
Well, let's get into that after the show.
Okay.
It's a real scene out front of that 7-Eleven. I technically shouldn't have even.
Can you get on the car in a white snake scenario for me? It's like, I don't get the reference, but I think I get the gist. That's everyone listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think I get the reference, but I think I get the gist.
I get what they're going for here. It's something oddly sexual.
I'm going to be turning it off now because it's gotten way out there. He asked if a cop looked in a woman for a baby. He clearly doesn't know how the reproductive system works at all.
He's a cop. He doesn't know what he's doing.
My fucking high school health teacher brought in a pregnant woman and made us look inside of her.
Did he really?
She did, yeah. She was also a pregnant woman.
What?
No, I'm not gonna.
No, you got to harp on this because the way you said it was so haunting. I gotta know what's going on.
That was just
sitting holding your cigarette like a dirty Frenchman full of regret.
I've been taking acting classes. I was wondering if you were gonna pick up.
I can tell,
it.
Man. They're starting to show. You're starting to hit that Dave Bautista level of acting.
I got a one-man show coming up. It's about my health teacher. I play all the characters like a Dr. Dolittle scenario.
Did you spread out like a White Snake cover?
No, I'm thinking Big Mama's house.
Norbit. You're thinking Norbit.
Yeah, of course. I'm always perpetually thinking
Meet
Norbit.
the Clumps. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking Meet the Clumps.
I'm thinking of a lot of. I'm thinking of Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
No, just regular.
Sister Act?
Yeah, Sister Act. That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah, literally Sister Act is why we have a podcast.
Thank you, Whoopi.
We appreciate it.
We'll write about you on our memoirs. No one will read. The publishers will be very upset with the numbers.
You could suck my dick. I was just told to write a book, not sell it.
Yeah. I don't think they'll suck your dick because a lot of the book is just about sucking your dick.
Well, yeah, I'm
sucking your own dick.
Well, I mean, I'm giving my tips and hints out for my boys out here. You know, I can't be letting my boys be high and dry.
First 3 chapters were about trying to suck your own dick while you were a child, but you just kept trying.
Yeah, because I had a little belly when I was a kid. Couldn't get past the belly.
And then you kept growing astonishingly.
Kept making the belly bigger.
But the dick, and the dick didn't grow, but the
same
belly
size.
grew,
The dick is still the same size.
No,
it's highly unimpressive.
Your mom showed me the pictures of you on the potty as a child.
Wish you would stop hanging out with my mom.
And I'll never stop hanging out with your mom. She's a goddamn angel.
She is a goddamn angel. I'm not going to refute that fact.
Hang
but
out
the
with
fact
your
y'all
mom?
are swapping my baby pictures is making me a little uncomfortable.
Hang out with your mom and your dad separately.
Well, I'm glad because if you somehow manage to get them back together.
Based off of conversation I've been dropping hints, I think maybe this Christmas, put them together and see what happens.
I
don't want to get your hopes up.
I will kill myself at Christmas.
You're not invited. Has she not told you this?
We're
doing a separate thing for you, but me and your parents are gonna. I'm going to dress up like you.
Okay.
Which I've gotten down. Pat.
Do you know how terrified I would be if you showed up in a fitted outfit that is like this outfit I'm wearing right now?
Do you know how terrified you would be if you went to your mom's house and me, your mom, your dad, we're all there? I'm dressed up
considering
like you,
my
unwrapping presents from your childhood.
My dad swore that he would never step foot in that house would amaze me.
He's made a lot of bold statements, but you know what? With time, all wounds are healed.
I hate you so much in this instance. It is
You'll
unreal.
get the Christmas card. I like the idea of opening up the gifts you got as a child. What was like a big gift you got as a kid? Just one, like a video game system, a stereo, something.
Stereo. Yeah.
Big,
I'm
unwrapping
one of those
that
big 5
exact
CD
same
stereos.
stereo, brand new in packaging. I bought it myself just to keep.
And then the guitar
suspense.
she bought me when I was like 17.
But I smashed the guitar.
On the stereo, just smash everything and then burn it in the fireplace.
And they're relieved about that because it helps erase all of the loud music they heard from you as a child.
Yeah.
Is this hitting home for you?
A little bit.
Okay. Fantastic. I'm glad we were able to shed a layer and hopefully break down some.
I'm just really
walls
pissed off thinking about the Christmas card of like you in the middle, just like, and like they're just hugging you,
And
like
they
loving
look
you, like they
happier than
like
you've seen in
way
years.
happier. Like my mom looks younger and more youthful.
they
My
both
dad
do.
is actually smiling. I'm just like,
Your mom looks younger and more youthful. Your dad looks old as shit.
yeah, because he's old as shit. Fuck that guy.
I know. I used to say the same thing, but you know what? He's really grown on me. They both have.
Just stay away from my sister.
Oh, yeah, she's not involved. It would be too much for her. I feel like I'm going to faint. It's probably all the power.
I feel like I'm also going to faint from rage. I feel like there's a blood vessel. There's like a vein in the front of my forehead, and it's just going to fucking rupture.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't rupture if you were with your parents again. I feel like a dick, but this is too beautiful
This
for
is
me.
top notch.
See, sometimes you just have to make the other person hate you a bunch.
I hate you so fucking much.
That's why this works, because we secretly hate each other,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
still jovial and comical.
Yeah, it's a
And
joke.
it's running out.
Yeah, we're starting to hit E on this thing, and I'm just gonna make you swallow your fucking teeth one of these days.
Yeah, the only thing that prevents my nervous breakdown is just making you angry.
Not good. Not smart.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Should you want me to have a nervous breakdown then?
I kind of want to give you a black eye. Want to give each other black eyes?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, we've seen what
Not
happens.
anymore. God, the blood in the eye. They don't tell you that.
No,
And how
they don't
long it
mention that
lasts.
at all.
There was something else I wanted to physically do with another person.
Have sex
Yeah,
for
that
once.
That would be nice. Yeah, if I could get that Christmas card with your parents and have sex separately away from them, I don't want to cross any boundaries here. I want to keep it real formal and typical. But yeah, if before the end of the year, if I could solidify that Christmas card and have sex with a completely different person, nothing to do with your family whatsoever, most likely. Me and your dad just get a little too chummy.
I don't know what the fuck
You
I
walk
would
in
do.
on me and your dad. We're in our underwear, so you really can't call it. Maybe we're just
but
watching
big,
the game.
But big boners.
Yeah, of course. Have you seen your dad's?
What the fuck? What the fuck? No, I have not.
Interesting. He parades it around like you tend to do. I see where you got it from. The gesture, not the size whatsoever. I'm gonna pass out. I think we put a nice little bow on this one. My heart is palpitating. This has been great, folks. This is a good episode.
I'm gonna
for once.
literally strangle drama to death
Yeah.
at the end of this.
Yeah, we're gonna
Piece of
we're gonna
shit.
start fighting, and then we're gonna fuck a little bit.
Yeah, just a
as
little
everyone
bit.
expects.
Yeah, but then you've been fucking my dad.
I haven't fucked your dad yet.
Yeah.
But there's tension. There's tension between us. There's
You've been
tension
doing mouth
between-
things.
No.
Hand
I
things?
haven't. Yeah, hand things.
You have.
I mean, Chinese finger trap, but with our dicks.
It's the same one you put me in.
Yeah.
Get away
Where do you
from
think
my
I got the
family
idea?
with your dick.
Not your family. I have respect for the women in your family. The men, it's fucking game on.
Stop trying to fuck my dad. Please stop trying to fuck my dad.
Maybe you should stop asking for it. All right, right, folks, episode 71. Go buy the Patreon.
Go
Imagine
buy
what's
some
on
shirts,
there.
buy some Patreon, give us some love.
The
Fuck y'all.
The only thing that keeps us from fighting is all the money. So please, God, give us the money.